Hello, Internet. Your friendly neighborhood gremlin here. And today, we're going to play some more Beacon Pines.
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone, remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? For all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We've planted a lot of good in this town. And so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits. Okay. Now we're all frozen.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything. Should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Okay, so we can be sly here. We'll do this. Do we think Beck will do this one? That might be fun.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
Oh, it is Beck.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What's going on here? You're that Modewell girl. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. Guess she thought you needed some backup. She sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're both here too.
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone are going to find out that we are going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish clearing things out down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. She said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. We have a password and know where to put it. Gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. It doesn't sound like a password, though, right? I don't know. Maybe people use weird passwords. I got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. The whole time Mr. Tolliver had a candy shelf? But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Password, Rolo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
You said you heard a password on the radio? Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
You just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies? So you would be 21. N would be 14. E would be... Ooh. It's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rolo with amazement.
Rolo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's rude rug store. Probably not that one. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Oh god, we're gonna go to Nuncreed's. I don't want to go to Nuncreed's. He's creepy and evil. Of that we are certain. Ooh, Mrs. Fratelli? You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear, that man would be late to his own funeral. So, do you think Tolliver's been captured and that's why he's not here? Or he's just the kind of guy who's late? I don't know. Anyway, let's go to the drugstore. Can we go into perennial harvest? I suppose that would be a bad idea. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? Had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What's this insipid festival really about? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. Should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you can make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damn backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is gonna change, whether we like it or not. We're gonna choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past. It's a shame. Father named you Augustus. You will always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. I think it's getting late, children. Do you think that Gran is the one who's making that freeze happen? Or it's like a Kerr design. Is Kerr actually not that bad? Other than all that, like, toxic waste. Which, I mean, is pretty sketchy. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. Do you hate it when the villain makes a good point? Okay, to the drugstore. Solomon.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Well then, where'd you get the candy from? Might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Black licorice is gross. We do like licorice babies, or black jelly beans and black jujubes. They don't taste like actual black licorice, which is disgusting. Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice should be my first choice. But whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. You don't know how long it took me to say that. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour tops. I'm certain you do. I've always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, as easy as cold, hard cash. So, he's paying Nuncreed? Well, he's right. It's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. I feel like where I should look is the phone booth. So I'm gonna check everybody else first. Doesn't appear to be anything this way though. So let's go back the other way. I don't know. No, I think it's just Rolo's ear fur. Okay, to the phone booth. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad? Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's nude rug store? I mean, underground secrets? The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Oh god, are we gonna go down there? Alright, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground? Secrets. Sounds like it did something. Great. Now what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell.
Oh god.
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Oh god.
The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it! You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did! Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic Issue 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Did we read it? Mining operations, Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. And it's all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Pa always says, you can only trust a mind up to the point when they hit the gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies to this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa. You don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff? Is she involved in all of this? He just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. Was Nuncreed the guy who grabbed us? Is that what this means? So have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We at least found their hazmat suit. It walks like a nuncreed and talks like a nuncreed. Let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. I suppose last time Nuncreed sent us down here, there was somebody else who took us away. So... Oh dear, is it talking? That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Ooh, I guess we're going to the fertilizer plant. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide. Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Oh, shit. 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 Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. Hey, who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
all of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. You were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us, as he's got an opportunity. He's found something he doesn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, "Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, you'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone."
He shook his head wistfully.
Did Nuncreed kill Sharper Valentine? Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Oh, the opposite. Okay. Well, at least you didn't kill him. Oh, if Sharper Valentine were still here, perennial harvest wouldn't be. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently, she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we busted into today. And honestly, ours was way cooler. Got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do, right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could cataclysm and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. So it is Juniper who's been doing the freezing. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. Though we're totally following him, right? Totally. Be on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
This was unexpected. Why do you think it's winter down here? That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have partied with some fluids in there. Ooh. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold? Doesn't look like it got on any of us. And it didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. Gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way? Catch up to Nuncreed. Looks like we aren't getting back that way. Okay. Not important. But this looks like the town, right? That would have been our house with the thing that led to Dad's grave, and There's the sign. This looks familiar. Yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow? No time. Nuncreed's getting away. Alright. What is... I'm so confused. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of the town. Ah, I got it. So obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Always with the aliens, Rolo. Stick with me here. The species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is our base camp dimension, so naturally, they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those Batel-like wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into Beacon Pine citizens of their choosing. You really had me. Then you very much lost me. You get used to it. We should keep moving. Okay, cross the bridge. Anything here? No. Nope.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you, this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed the whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, I need you and your friends to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
Ooh.
Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. I guess we still only have one
And
option.
in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will all make sense soon, Luca. And everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, We'll all see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
I feel like if you just explain that her doing that could cause the whole town to, like, freeze because of, like, cataclysm or whatever, that seems like a more effective strategy than just, don't do it. Right? I feel like people need to communicate better.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. You want things to change, then you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
Ah, here comes the big freeze.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, there was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Okay. Light.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked
Much
up
more
with
useful.
surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way. We'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
Wow, how did we? I did not expect that.
Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across the snowy terrain.
Okay. That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. And what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. How did they manage to shoot a zip line to down here? That doesn't seem possible. Follow me. Find a way home. Okay, I'm going up here first. Luca? Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo, Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
Seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy. You Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. Okay, I guess we'll go this way. No, but can we go this way? You'll know. What is this for, if it's not gonna take me anywhere? I don't know. I guess we'll go the other way. What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's a bit down from last time. We report this to Mr. Kerr? Still within safe ranges. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Are we gonna wipe the sign off? What's all this? Hard to say with all this snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. There we go. Ooh.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How is that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around? Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before? It was cold too. Maybe all of this leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. I don't know. Well, we're back here. There's still nothing to look at. Ooh, there we go.
The fencing listened. Each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like the stuff they put up around Weepwood. The stuff who put up? I don't know. Ooh. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim, run. Anything else to look at?
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking, but I do think we'll keep looking next time. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Share your thoughts down below. Who you think did it? What do you think is happening? If Kerr is really not all that evil? Or how evil he is? I don't know. Answer all of the questions. Do you have any theories? Share your theories with me. That would be fun. I would like that. And if you want to keep watching this, then hit the subscribe button. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye!